We have huge breaking news right now. Just minutes ago, you're going to be one of the first people to know. Harvard University has filed a major lawsuit against Donald Trump and the Trump administration after just yesterday, Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security decided to revoke Harvard's ability to enroll international students, all international students from every country around the globe. And not just that, Kristi Noem demanded that Harvard immediately begin the process of transferring current international students out of its university to another university. Now, this would impact over 7,000 students at Harvard. And today, Harvard has immediately filed a lawsuit arguing that this violates the university's First Amendment rights, that this uses 7,000 international students as a pawn. And as a result, it should immediately be blocked. And folks, putting on my legal hat for a second, I think it's going to be blocked at least temporarily. This is an emergency relief. This is kind of the case where emergency relief is needed, because if it is not blocked, thousands of international students will have to transfer from Harvard, potentially uprooting their lives almost immediately. Well, Harvard is not backing down. Harvard is taking on Donald Trump. Now, before I continue, if you want to support my work and allow me to continue doing this full time, please click the button below, become a paid subscriber to my Substack today, or consider sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron, Aaron-Parnas, Parnas. Now, in addition, this morning, Donald Trump woke up and decided to launch new trade war threats, literally. In the past hour, Donald Trump has threatened tariffs on Apple and tariffs on the European Union. Starting with Apple, Donald Trump threatened 25% tariffs on Apple if Apple does not begin producing and manufacturing the iPhone in the United States of America. Now, the only problem is that if Apple were to do that, the Apple iPhone would cost about $3,500 to make and then sell to a consumer. Now, right now, the average cost of an Apple iPhone is about $1,000. That's a 3x increase, and that means American consumers will have to pay a lot more for Apple products. Now, if Apple doesn't make it in the United States and Donald Trump imposes this massive 25% tariff on just Apple, no other phone manufacturer, then prices will go up nonetheless. Maybe not to $3,000 for an iPhone, but it'll go up 25%. So get ready to pay more for Apple products. Now, regarding the European Union, Donald Trump is upset because of a new deal reached between Europe and Greenland. And we'll talk about that in a second. But he recommended a 50% tariff on the European Union to go into effect in just 1 week on June 1st, claiming that the European Union has been very difficult to work with on trade issues. Now, speaking about that Greenland deal, Greenland has secured a profitable minerals deal with Europe, dealing a major setback to the Trump administration. Officials described that, quote, despite the rhetoric from the Trump administration, no formal talks with the United States had begun or led to greater interest in direct investment. In contrast, cooperation with both the EU and Denmark was moving forward more effectively. So Greenland is leaving the United States behind, and Donald Trump is flailing as a result of it. In a strange and seemingly concerning incident in the Oval Office, so Donald Trump showed pictures to the South African president recently about alleged genocide of white South African residents, right? But we now know that the pictures he was showing wasn't from South Africa. It was from the Democratic Republic of Congo. He completely lied in the Oval Office as to where this was happening. And in addition, Midas Touch found out that Trump was sharing Facebook posts from an account that has been known for spreading racist content and flat earth conspiracy theories. Insanity, true insanity. Overnight, in a surprise leak audio recording, Frank Bisignano, the newly appointed head of the Social Security Administration, admitted to not knowing what Social Security was when he got the job, or when he was offered the job by Donald Trump. He said, quote, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? So I'm Googling Social Security. I'm like, what's the heck? What the heck's the commissioner of Social Security? Our new commissioner of Social Security does not know what Social Security was. A new statement from the Trump administration in a declaration reveals that the Department of Homeland Security held talks with South Sudan's government to arrange for the return of individuals that tried to deport there just yesterday. According to Reuters, Trump plans to invoke a wartime law to address uranium issues and is preparing to sign executive orders related to nuclear power. The Justice Department has filed charges against Emily Summer for allegedly assaulting former interim U.S. Attorney Ed Martin. She spit on him. Kermit the Frog received a standing ovation after his commencement speech at the University of Maryland. And HHS Secretary RFK Jr. admits that his goal of finding the cause of autism by September, well, that may not actually work. It may take a lot longer than that. And now stocks, US futures, and global markets are tumbling because of Donald Trump's tariffs threats. So, good morning, everyone. I'll be back this evening with another update. So, be sure to subscribe by clicking the button below or sending a one time donation via Venmo to Aaron Parnas to support my work. And I'll see you this evening.